Hey there, marketers. You're listening to the Son of a Pitch podcast, where modern marketing strategy is broken down into clear, practical ideas you can actually use. I'm your host, Kenneth Spriestley. Today, we're continuing our series on associations, and we're tackling a question that comes up often, sometimes directly, sometimes indirectly. What matters more, membership or engagement? This episode is brought to you by Pitch Cloud, the creative studio helping organizations communicate with clarity through strategy, video, and design. You can learn more at pitchcloudmanagement.com. Let's dive in. Membership is one of the most visible metrics inside of an association. It's reported to boards, tied to revenue, used to measure growth. Because of that, it naturally gets a lot of attention. And that makes sense. Membership reflects scale, but it doesn't always reflect connection. Engagement is quieter. It shows up in event participation, content usage, community involvement, and ongoing interaction. It's not always as easy to summarize. But it reveals something important. It shows whether members are actually experiencing value, and that matters more than it might seem at first. This is where the tension comes in. You can have strong membership numbers, but low engagement, or strong engagement, but limited membership growth. Both scenarios create challenges. Low engagement makes retention harder. Low membership limits growth. So the question isn't simply which one matters more. It's how they relate to each other. There's a sequence that often gets overlooked. Membership brings people in. Engagement determines whether they stay. When engagement is strong, retention improves, value becomes clearer, and word of mouth increases. When engagement is weak, members drift, renewal rates drop, and growth becomes harder to sustain. So while membership drives scale, engagement sustains it. Many associations focus heavily on increasing membership. More campaigns, more outreach, more acquisition efforts. But if engagement isn't strong, those gains don't hold. Members join and then quietly disengage, which means the organization is constantly replacing members instead of building momentum. And over time, that becomes exhausting. Instead of choosing between membership and engagement, it helps to think of them as connected. Membership is the entry point. Engagement is the experience. Growth happens when both are working together. If there's one key idea to take from today's episode, it's this. Membership brings people in. Engagement determines whether they stay. That wraps up today's episode of Son of a Pitch. If this episode gave you a clearer way to think about membership and engagement, share it with someone working inside an association or membership organization. Next week, we're talking about something that connects directly to both. The first 30 days that determine whether members renew. For more strategy and creative support, visit pitchcloudmanagement.com. See you next week.